Yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? This is like the third time I'm doing this video, so hopefully it works out. But Merles, look, I had a great question and I didn't do the introduction, so I'll do that. Yo, I'm Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shit. All right, this question was about Merles and, how I've been adamant that the Merles are not American bullies and why and this and that and the other. And the person who asked the question, I think, was very, very honest and true to form of what they were trying to ask. And the big question is hey, the big question is that why is it that some of the Merles are beautiful dogs, great conformation, they have an American bully look to them. They look a lot better than a lot of the extreme dogs and some of the other dogs. I agree. I've seen a lot of Merle dogs that have great conformation, just have the whole fit together. And, that's not debatable. I don't think we can debate that. A friend of mine's, Big Phil, he has some beautiful Merle dogs. And that's not the debate. That is not the debate at all. I think, and y'all have heard me say this, is that, if they put them in their own class and you just had the best Merles and you had a lot of education on how to breed the Merle, it would be something totally different. The case on this one is that the Merle, just like the AKC has stated, publicly about the English Bulldog and the French Bulldog, this does not occur naturally in this breed. This breed, if you go back, earlier and earlier in the American Bully, you don't see Merle dogs. You don't see Merle dogs in the Cairo and Gotti era. You don't see them in the Little Row, Viper, Monster eras. You don't see them in the Halley, Paco, Hef era. And you don't even see them through the majority of the Dax, Denzel, and let's just say Miyagi era. You just don't see these dogs, And I would say I noticed them come along more within the last 4 to 5 years. And, you just seen them and it's a certain kennel, a XL kennel, that they were the first ones that I noticed really pushing them. And they're beautiful. The Merle pattern is just beautiful. It's a beautiful pattern. But as soon as you see something like that comes up and it doesn't occur naturally, the first thing you go to is, where did you get that from? And us being experienced breeders, we know where it comes from. You either have to have you a Catahoula or you have to have you a Lappaha. These are two dogs that carry those traits, and these are two dogs that would not damage your structure. They would not damage the overall bully look, because a lot of Alappahas and Catahoulas, they look like American bullies. I've had them back in the day. They look a lot like American bullies, even the stout bodies and the very muscular type of bodies and the the shorter muzzles, blocky heads. So when you put that with an American bully, it refines the look even more. You can fit it right in there. It will not hurt the structure. These are athletic, sort of, high drive dogs. Most of them have very good conformation. They've been bred for years to be a certain type of way, so that they don't affect that. This is a dog with drive and everything like that. So, so at the end of the day, we have to understand that it's not the question that just because it's not supposed to be, the dog has to be a broke down, terrible example of a dog. It's just the fact of following a rule to say, we know for a fact that this color cannot be made with what's supposed to be an American bully. So why are we accepting it now? Because it's making money. And this discussion even goes back maybe 4 or 5 years to where, a lot of the people with the ABKC and at that time the BBCR, even Remy Line Kennel Club, these were the registries at that time. Everybody acknowledged that this shouldn't be going on, and it hadn't taken off to the level that it is now where everybody has them. So now that all these people have them, you see the registry starting to try to allow them, when they know that for the most part, this is wrong. Because this is you allowing a dog in that for a fact is mixed with something else that it is not supposed to be mixed with. Somewhere down the line, in order to get that Merle trait, you had to mix this dog in with one of the above, you know, that I just named. It's the same thing with English Bulldogs. As I said, this is a pattern that does, that does not occur naturally. So even in your Englishes, you know, there are Alapahas. I've had several of them that are small like Englishes. They're very stout. I had a girl, Dottie, and I called her that because she had the black spot over her eye, white head. But anyway, she was very much stout, like I won't say quite as stout as a English, but very, very wide, very, very bully, you know, that type. So if you mixed her with an English Bulldog, now she wasn't a Merle, she was black and white, but it's just an example of an Alapaha and what you can do with them. And the one thing that you do notice is that even within the English Bulldog community and our community, is that the dogs are gaining size too. You know, and another trait that you notice with the English and with a lot of the bullies that I've been noticing more and more is that now all of a sudden they have a people drive. You know, we're seeing more and more of the bullies have this certain thing where they want to bite people all of a sudden. Well, that comes from you mixing in dogs that are protection dogs, dogs that are hunting dogs, dogs that will get after it, have high drive against, you know, small prey animals and people. You know, it doesn't mean that the conformation is going to fall apart. It's way more to building a nice dog than just the conformation. I'm here to tell you emphatically, if you have a Merle, that is not your normal American bully. Somewhere in there, that color pattern had to be introduced. And I say 99.9% of the time, it's going to be introduced by the dogs I just told you. Alapaha or Catahoula, you know, it's going to be introduced by those dogs. They carry it prevalently, and those dogs will not hurt the look. That's why you can see it bounced around. You know what I mean? So now you do a couple breedings to introduce that trait, and then you just move it around with your bullies, and you keep the look, and you'll keep a lot of the things that come with it. But one thing that comes with it that bully breeders should be careful with is that this is a guard dog, so it doesn't fit the description of what your American bully is supposed to be as far as not laying teeth into people. Because I tell you right now, my Lapahas would bite people, you know, no problem. The demeanor and the characteristics were totally different than what an American bully is. So a lot of people are breeding strictly for the look, you know, whether it's the color, trying to keep the structure and all that together, but they're eliminating the fact of what these dogs were made to be. And that could become a big problem, you know, in the future. We've already, from my understanding, we've already seen it become a problem several times with a couple people getting bit. So, excuse me, as I told you, I'm tired as hell. But with that being said, you know, that's how. You will never hear me say that all Merles are just terrible dogs, and that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is if we're following the rules, the dog can't count. It can be its own breed, and we can go into the topic of can people learn how to breed the Merle properly? Should it ever be bred and things like that? But as far as the American bully, the one thing that we can stand on is that the Merle is a disqualification color in the American bully world. It's just that simple. It always has been, and I won't say it always will be, because the ABKC is allowing it now, and they'll allow anything, you know. But it's something that you have to be very, very careful with, because deafness, blindness, seizures, mental issues with temperament, all these things are known traits that come along with the Merle genes. And bred inappropriately, you can end up with a serious situation on your hands. But until next time, y'all, man, God bless you. Much love. Peace.